You have a warrant for your son.
Let me see it.
But you do not have it in hand.
Well, then you do not have a warrant. You say you're here with a warrant, but then you say you don't have a warrant.
He needs to be present so it can be served on him. So he can.
Will not happen. That's not how it works.
We're gonna come back.
That's fine.
We go to meet him at a school. We can go to your job. You know what I mean? It's
Hey, listen. Are you trying to threaten me? What you're saying is puts a smile on my face because it tells me that you guys don't have anything. If you have a warrant for his arrest, bring
You
it.
have a warrant for your son.
Let me see it.
So you do not have it in hand.
Well, then you do not have a warrant.
I'm sorry?
Then you do not have a warrant. What are your officers' names? Give me your names and badge numbers, please. Names and badge numbers.
Sergeant Ender,
Badge number.
3841.
Your name. And your name. You say you're here with a warrant, but then you say you don't have a warrant.
The paperwork's at the.
No can do. I'm familiar with the law. You guys were here the other day, correct?
We weren't, no.
Okay.
We weren't here.
Well, my wife was, and she has 2 law degrees. And as stated, this will be forwarded to her daughter, who's a political appointee by the current administration at the Department of Justice in Washington. A lot of people don't know that. Go get the warrant and then come back. You think that he's coming out there? I know my rights. I can quote constitutional law all day long. I may have long hair, but I wouldn't let it fool me. I wouldn't let it fool you.
Well, sir, we're not trying to play any tricks on you. Okay? There's paperwork for him to go up to the intake officer to get that paperwork signed, okay?
Yeah, well then I will wait until it's signed.
Well, he's got to come up there.
Doesn't work that way, pal. You know that and I know that. I know the law. I know the law.
Officers showed up at a man's home claiming they had a warrant for his son, but when asked to produce Ithi Kudantan, that contradiction immediately changed everything as the father calmly stood his ground, refused entry, and made it clear that without paperwork there was no authority to be there, even as the officers hinted at finding his son elsewhere, a move that only confirmed they had nothing prompting the father to ask for names and badge numbers and rely on the law instead of emotion, ending the encounter with the officers walking away empty-handed and leaving behind a clear lesson about knowing your rights and not backing down when the facts are on your side.
But he needs to be present for the paperwork to be signed.
That ain't gonna happen, pal. I have an attorney listen, I have an attorney in this area. Go ahead.
Right, for the paperwork to be signed, he needs to be present so it can be served on him. So
Will not happen. That's not how it works. You tell me. No. Unless there's a warrant, we're in the curtilage of our home, and according to Collins v. Virginia 2018, we do not have to come out. I can quote knock and talk, I can quote constitutional law, I can quote case law, judicial precedent, whichever route you want to go, but he will not come out. Sorry. No can do.
you realize that we're going to come back.
That's fine.
Meet him at a school. We can go to your job. You know what I mean?
Hey, listen, are you trying to threaten me?
He has to have the paperwork served.
Well, then do it.
You have a day in court. We don't know.
Hey, listen, you're barking up the wrong tree, okay? I know law. I'm just going to leave it at that. And what you're saying is puts a smile on my face because it tells me that you guys don't have anything. If you have a warrant for his arrest, bring it.
The conversation stayed calm but unmistakably firm as the man made it clear he understood exactly what was happening, explaining that his wife was highly educated in the law, that attorneys were already involved, and that any claims being made would be scrutinized at the highest levels, while he repeatedly invited the officers to leave, get a real warrant, and return, properly rejecting every attempt to pressure him into cooperation, citing constitutional law, case precedent, and the protections of his homemaking. It clear that without a valid warrant, no one was coming out. No paperwork would be signed and no rights would be surrendered, turning what began as authority into a lesson in accountability.
It's not going to happen. I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. No, you're not coming in the home. Without a warrant, you will not enter my home.
All this cosplaying they doing, they could have went on, just got the paper, would have been right back faster.
Where are you guys out of? Is it Franconia? Okay. But then you don't have far of a drive to go and get the paperwork signed and brought over. But then why didn't you bring it? You guys aren't making any sense. With all respect, you're not making any sense. That's fine. But law says, unless you bring a warrant, he will not go. And then you were talking about the workplace and different things. I perceive that as handle what right now? What do you mean meeting us at different places? You just showed up here. This is where he lives. It ain't going to work. I'm telling you now. It will not work. I live in Texas, so I'm familiar with Texas law, okay? I'm not licensed here, but I have attorney friends here, and I have one that's going to be representing him in juvenile law. And I just got off the phone talking with her moments ago. So I suggest that you guys go and get the warrant.
The tension rose as officers hinted at returning or finding the son elsewhere, but the response was unwavering, with the man making it clear that no one was coming out and no one was coming in without a warrant, calling out the empty threats as meaningless and even reassuring because they revealed the lack of real authority, calmly reminding them that if a valid warrant existed, it could be brought, quickly questioning the logic of their claims and rejecting any attempt to intimidate him by mentioning schools or workplaces, which he perceived as a threat, grounding his stance in a clear understanding of Texas law and constitutional protections and making it unmistakable that without proper paperwork the encounter was over.
The way that it's supposed to be done, and then come back. Otherwise, see, look, I'll tell you this, in Texas, it's like here. I understand that. I'm not stupid. If you had a warrant, you'd be coming in and showing it, and he'd be coming out. I am just floored at the position that you're standing here saying that you want him to come there and sign something, and you have a warrant, but you have no warrant on you. But you want me to bring him out to you.
Okay, so when the paperwork, right? When we obtain a warrant, okay, juvenile or adult, it gets signed automatically. If I may.
The exchange reached a stalemate as the man laid out his position with absolute clarity, explaining that attorneys were already involved, representation was secured, and there was no confusion about how the law works, pointing out that if a real warrant existed, the officers would already be inside or serving it, and if there were exigent circumstances, they wouldn't be standing on the doorstep debating, calmly dismantling every claim by listing the only 3 legal paths: consent, exigency, a warrant, and noting the absence of all 3, making it clear that no one was coming out, no paperwork would be signed, and no rights would be waived, leaving the officers with nothing but the realization that the encounter was going nowhere.
Good. Okay, it already gets signed, which means it's pretty valid. Which means your son is wanted. Okay? All that we're saying is that we take him down to serve him on.
It's not going to happen. Will not happen. If you want a civil rights lawsuit against the respondent being Fairfax County, good luck. No, I'm not going to call anybody. That's your job.
We already did.
Well, then go get it. We're at a stalemate. If you guys had something, you'd already be coming in. If there was a state of exigency, you'd be coming through the door. If I gave you permission, you'd come through the door. If you had a warrant, you'd come through the door. You don't have either of the 3, any of the 3. I hope not, because I'm already have somebody that's going to be filing a civil rights lawsuit against the department. The respondent will be the county, of course. That's what I thought. It's exactly what I thought. You bet.